Night Wolves, and welcome back to another video on my channel. And today we're here with Hogwarts Legacy. So last time I did some changes to our secret room. I made more places to do gardening. Ooh, I got a mandrake. Nice. Okay, so I know we are working on a lot of things. Prepare for your search for the final keeper. Attend beast class. We have to attend class. But we also have a lot of stuff. Sweeping the competition. The man behind the moons. I was working on Professor Garlick's assignment. Acquire and use the venomous tentacola. I don't know how to say that properly, sorry. Acquire and use mandrake on multiple enemies simultaneously. So we had to use both the venomous thing and the mandrake.
Welcome, everyone. I see you've already met some of the many beasts we study in this class. Though be advised, none of these creatures should be taken lightly. They are all in their own way dangerous, especially if one does not know how to handle them properly. Now, it seems many of you are out of practice. Let's take some time to review the basics of how to care for a beast, shall we? Miss Sweeting, would you please assist our new student with the lesson today?
Yes, Professor Howen. Hello, I'm Poppy Sweeting. Don't worry about Professor Howen's speech. She over-exaggerates sometimes. All the beasts in class are perfectly safe. Oh!
Miss Sweeting, pay attention, please. The tongue of a puffskein can be a slippery devil.
Yes, Professor. Here, you can practice on Gerald. Just keep an eye out for his tongue. You can use my brush. Just be gentle. Oh, and think pleasant thoughts. I like to think it enriches his experience.
Okay.
That's lovely. I'm sure he feels much better. I think he might be hungry. Would you mind giving him some beast feed?
Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Like, what?
What do you suppose the pellets taste like to Gerald? Pudding, I like to think. I think we can safely say that Gerald likes you.
That's good news. He seems very nice.
He is. Kindness is one of his best qualities, right after ambition. And cleanliness.
Good work, everyone. Now, let's make our way to the pens and select another beast. And please, do be careful as you feed and groom them. Miss Sweeting, why don't you show our new student to the Neasels in the farthest pen?
This way. The Neasels are over here.
Whoa.
Oh, couple of Neasel whiskers ought to get me a few canuts at least. Enough to buy something from Honeydukes. Stupid thing.
What in Merlin's name are you doing?
Tuss, peculiar Poppy. Worried about a worthless little rodent.
Her name is Persephone!
Her name is Persephone!
That's really not funny.
Let's go.
What an asshole.
Those two don't belong anywhere near this class. Poachers in training. Persephone was onto them instantly. Thank you for your help. Let's carry on. Feed and brush the measles just as you did with Gerald.
Okay. My thing's doing a little thing. Can you fix yourself? Hi. Oh, you're so cute. They're so
The
cute.
measles really took to you. They know a good egg when they see one. As do I.
It appears our time has come to an end. Please close the pens and see yourselves out. Now, where is our new student? Ah, there you are. I would like a moment, please.
Yep, I will. In a minute. Hold on, sorry. I'm in the middle. I just. Cute. Yay. Okay. Okay, bye, you guys. Excuse me. Okay.
Hello, Professor. You wanted to speak with me?
I did. How did you find your first beasts lesson?
I loved it. I enjoyed it. These make me nervous. I enjoyed it.
It was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class.
Good. You seem to understand that when beasts are properly controlled, they can play a vital role in our lives. Some provide us with magically imbued materials, if cared for correctly, which does not include torturing them for whiskers. Well done, by the way. Probably best to let me handle it next time.
Yes, Professor.
They're nearly as bad as the Savagers in Rookwood's poacher pack. Sadly, we're the ones who suffer, stumbling over dead beasts. Terrible waste of resources.
Surely the poachers can be brought to justice by someone. The Ministry, perhaps.
An optimistic idea. Now, why don't we focus on more immediate matters that we can control? Professor Weasley has asked that I prepare some assignments designed to help you catch up to the other fifth years. Be on the lookout for my owl. Meanwhile, I also encourage you to study as many beasts as you can on your own time.
Hey,
What?
over here. Come on.
Oh.
Did you need something, Poppy?
Thank you again for saying something to those brutes so that I didn't have to. You were an augury at noon in the desert.
I certainly hope that's a good thing.
It's something my gran and I say. It means that something or someone is a welcome surprise. At least, that's what we decided it meant.
I couldn't stand there and watch them harm the poor thing.
We're of a similar mind. Actually, in light of that, there's someone I'd like you to meet. In the forest.
Sounds intriguing. Should I be worried? Sounds intriguing.
You've intrigued me. Very well, lead the way.
I'd hoped I would.
I forgot to silence my phone. There we go.
I wouldn't take just anyone there. In fact, you're the first.
Really? Well, thank you, I think.
As I said, we think alike. Pleasant surprise. Quite the weather we're having, don't you think?
Poppy, where are you taking me?
It really is much better if I just show you.
Okay.
Don't worry, we're nearly there. It's just ahead.
I'm excited. Who are we gonna see? Ooh.
Stand back.
Okay. I love these creatures.
Please meet Highwing. Isn't she just magnificent? Go on, introduce yourself to her. But be careful. You must always show hippogriffs the proper courtesy before you approach them.
Wasn't it like gotta bow? Yeah. And then they bow back. And then you can go and touch them.
I knew it. I don't think I've ever seen a hippogriff take to someone this quickly. You can feed and brush her if you'd like. I come and check on her every once in a while. Bring her pasties, tell her what's going on in the castle. You wouldn't know from looking at her, but she's a dreadful busybody.
Yay!
So, what did you think of Highwing?
She was brilliant. She made me nervous. She was brilliant.
I thought she was brilliant. Can't believe you introduced me to her.
I suspected you two might get along.
Are you the reason students have been seeing hippogriffs flying above the Forbidden Forest?
Perhaps. Did you know that once you earn a hippogriff's trust, they'll always be there for you? I've seen it firsthand with her.
How exactly did you and Highwing cross paths?
It's a longer story, but I rescued her from poachers a few years back. Got her to safety and, well, she was fine until recently. You may have noticed that poachers are something of a problem in the area, so I worry they could get her again. And I might not be there next time.
Professor Howard mentioned the poachers as well. She seemed to imply that we couldn't rely on the Ministry to help.
I don't often agree with Professor Howin, but on that, I fear she's right. The poachers' influence is growing. I see them every day in the village, lingering, talking to people. They're up to something. I'm just not sure what.
That sounds suspicious. That hardly sounds incriminating. That sounds suspicious.
That does seem strange. Sounds as if they're planning something.
Exactly. I think I'm going to look into it. Find out what's going on, what they're doing.
Would be good to investigate. I wouldn't. Poachers are dangerous.
I think that's a fine idea. Information is power.
And the more I know, the better I can keep Highwing safe.
You seem undeterred. Will you let me know what you find out?
Oh, very well. I will. I should be going, but we'll speak again soon, I hope.
Yeah. New friend. Yay! I love the beasts. They're so cute. Oh, what's this?
Hello, friend. I wonder if you might stop by the Three Broomsticks when you can. I would like your help with something.
Sure. I can do that.
As I mentioned, my sister Anne misses Hogwarts, and she hasn't been herself lately. I'd like to take you up on your promise to visit her with me. I'm heading to Feldcroft soon, so I'll look forward to seeing you there. It's just south of Hogwarts. By the way, hope you're faring well with the blasting curse. It's still one of my favorites.
Now that you've attended Beasts class, I've asked Deke to assist you in using the room to further your studies in that regard. Please meet him there when you can.
I've not heard from my Uncle Roland in quite some time. I've been beside myself with worry. Could you meet me in the courtyard?
Hello, Lucan. Is the final round of Crossed Wands ready?
Look who's back. Ready to redeem yourself?
Absolutely.
I certainly am.
Brilliant.
Not
Are
really,
you dealing
but
with a partner?
Sebastian.
Yes, Sebastian.
Then let's get started.
We can make this a real victory.
That's the spirit.
Leviosa away now.
Levioso!
Confringo. Find the one. Protego.
Is that all you've got?
Protego.
Levioso! Sendo!
Confringo. Act like a winner. Leviosa. Care to try again?
No, I don't think so. Not right now.
Understandable. But don't take too long. We'll be waiting.
Yes.
So we did what we needed to do, so now I have to go to class. It says attend divisionation class during the day. Sorry, I heard somebody talking. Ooh. Okay.
So nice, so knowledgeable.
That was a nice cutscene. I like the cutscenes.
What do we have here?
I hope those assignments were challenging enough for you.
Look, it's one of the moon monkeys. Anyways, let's talk to
I've
this
completed all of my tasks, Professor Onai.
Very well done.
That's her daughter.
Although I must admit, I did have something of a premonition that you would follow through. Now, as you have no doubt sharpened your perception by completing my assignment, I am curious, based upon the knowledge that one's present and even one's past may reveal traces of what is to come. What do you see in your own future?
Triumph. I sense danger. I see power. I'm not sure. I feel like I see danger.
I can't get rid of this feeling of a coming danger.
I see. Know that such omens are not damning if they can at least prepare us. And you are preparing yourself even now. But this talk of tomorrow should not divert us from your present success. I shall inform our good deputy headmistress of your exemplary performance. And if that performance is any omen of what your future may hold, then I, for one, see great things. Channel your magic towards your targets.
Yay! Descendo.
You have it! Now, why not practice the new spell on the training dummy?
Okay. So we got Sendo, which is... Where's the training dummy? Oh, there's the training dummy. 3.
Excellent. I think you have it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, we had to come back to get that monkey.
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I would be worried. I think you're overreacting. I would be worried.
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right.
Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I take it you and your uncle are close.
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5. Uncle Roland's looked after me for as long as I can remember. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you.
Let's go look for her uncle.
He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide.
I can assure you, none of us are intimidated by You're a slippery little... You may want to leave.
Confringo! Sendo!
One less poacher in the wizarding world. Could this be Mr. Oakes's campsite? Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead.
What have we here? Another human?
Kill spells glance off of me. Easily done. I've been fighting since before you were born. You won't stop. Not quite. Oh, that was meant for me? You can't stop us. Was that your best? You gave me no choice.
Could this be Mr. Oakes's campsite? Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead. Should I take them by force or be discreet?
What have we here? Another human?
Go and patrol. Like I ain't got nothing better to do.
Well, this might be the best, my friend. One left.
Pity's
Just here. I know you're here somewhere.
Your spells glance off of me.
can't handle a little altercation.
Totalis. Now, to find out what happened here.
Okay, so I went stealth instead of going in full force because I kept dying, so I'm like, forget it. Let's go stealthy.
Mr. Oakes's trade journal.
Ron Law agreed to meet, but I do feel a tad uneasy. They amended their request and were angry when I asked questions. I overheard some of their plan in Goblin Book. They're after my rare metal deposits that are suitable for drilling. I'm afraid of upsetting them further. They seem rather violent. I'm afraid of upsetting them further. They seem rather volatile, and I need this transaction to happen. Perhaps we can work out a compromise, perhaps not.
Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him.
So this is where he was, and then he went here.
Nothing to poach in Arranshire except spiders. Not worth the trouble if you ask me. Legs are far too brittle. It's been ages since I've found anything worth poaching near Cragcroft.
Hang on! Let's drop a production!
Lumos. Incendiary.
Coward! Amateur!
Marvelous strike!
Fringo!
You may put
Okay, took care of that.
Could it be a Merlin trial?
Merlin trial.
A rock formation. That's the first landmark on this map. Now, to find the crooked tree.
Oh. Ah, 4.
Reparo.
Okay, so we gotta repair stuff.
Reparo. These Merlin trials won't get the best of me.
I did it! We did it, we did it, we did it. I could never get over that. It's so gorgeous. It's kind of... It looked kind of, foggy or cloudy or blurry?
A crooked tree, just as the map said. The crumbling tower shouldn't be far from here.
Okay, so we found the crooked tree. I don't know where. I can't really see. But according to her, we found
Lumos.
The crooked tree.
And the crumbling tower. The spot on the map should be directly south of here.
Okay, cool.
Incendio! Lumos.
So I found the crumbling tower. Nice. Oh. Oh yeah, there's a Marlin trial here too. I won't do it just yet. We'll come back to it, but yeah.
What do we have here?
This is almost too easy!
Fringo!
Is that it? Impressed?
Some little moon calf. Fast.
Not quiet enough.
Incendio!
Ah, shit.
Fringo! Incendio!
I'm really bad at this stealthing stuff, but it's okay. Oh, healing potion.
This is the spot on the map. I'd best have my wits about me.
Not.
Get away! You call that spellcaster?
Fringo! Expelliarmus!
Okay. So, the things that they're standing next to are explosives, so I guess I keep making them explode and that's why they keep dying. I don't really pay much attention when I'm in battle mode because I'm just like, flustered.
It's punishment to us all to have that miserable human around.
I'm surprised they didn't hear their friend die.
Hello? Over here!
Okay. There's that. Okay, I didn't know how to figure this out last time. I kept like going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't know. I never could figure out the locking door thing. I figured it out. Oh.
You've one less follower, Ranrock.
Okay, well, there you go. The guy legitly turned around,
It looks as
looked
though
at me,
Adelaide's instincts were spot on.
and then kept on working. He legitly looked at me.
You will regret coming here.
Okay. That guy. Woo! Okay. Nice. Just got a whole bunch of stuff. Money, money, money.
No, you're so very weak. I will make you pay. I shall have been. You won't get away with that. I shall have been. Someone thinks they can outlast me! I shall have been. Won't get away with it. What an absolute disappointment! I shall have been. You won't get away with that.
Too late for you to learn the error of your ways.
You can't stop us. That was meant for me. You won't stop me. Pity, not quite. Your spells glance off of me. I've been since before you were born. Was that your best? Easily diverted. Not quite.
Your blood's on Ranrock's hands. Hello? Mr. Oakes?
Yes, I'm here. They've taken my wand. This cell has an enchanted lock. I have experience with these locks, but I need my wand if I have any chance of opening it. Look for a boiler door. I've heard them speak of it.
I need to find Mr. Oakes' wand. Where could it be?
Okay.
One way or another, we'll get what we're owed.
Hit it! No! I won't rest a pitiful end to a pitiful child. My family worked in the mines at one time or other. Ooh, this shouldn't take long. No! Little moon. One less human to worry about.
Pity. Not quite. Not quite. Easily diverted. You won't stop me.
I will make you pay.
Won't stop Ranrock's loyalists.
Your spells glance off of me. I've been fighting since the dawn onwards.
I shall avenge your death.
I'll cut you from shoes to shatter.
I took out as many as I could and I went into stealth mode. Nice. Okay. That's that.
Who is it? Enjoy suffering, do you?
Oh, there's one more. Bye. Oh, I can't pick things up. Hello.
You did it! I found my wand and... Wait, you're a student? Oh, we must get you to safety immediately. It's dangerous.
It's all right, Mr. Oakes. I've dealt with these goblins before.
Dear Merlin, you're either very lucky or very talented. Well, how did you find me?
I'm a friend of Adelaide's. She was worried about your business with Ranrock's loyalists.
Oh, she was right to be.
I couldn't go through with the agreement, and when I told them, I ended up blindfolded and behind bars. Been locked in that infernal cell for so long, they'd forgot I was even there. I overheard things. If only I could reward you for what you've done. Blasted goblin stole every Knut on me. All I can say is thank you, truly.
You mentioned you overheard things.
Sad tale, really. I think I know where Ranrock's unfortunate vendetta against wizardkind began. Although dragon breeding was outlawed by the Warlocks Convention of 1709, Ranrock stumbled upon an illegal dragon camp. He was young, found the creatures fascinating. He'd visit the camp in secret whenever he could, never making his presence known. After weeks of sly surveillance, he finally summoned the courage to speak to the wizard in charge. Ranrock wanted to join them, and the creatures. The wizard happened to drop his wand. Ranrock saw an opportunity. He picked it up, went to hand it back as a means of introducing himself. The sight of a goblin with a wand sent the wizard into an instant rage. He beat Ranrock nearly to death. Ever since, Ranrock has despised wizardkind, sees us all as cruel.
Jeez.
Am I right that you speak gobbledygook?
Unbeknownst to Ranrock's fiends, I do. I've always had an affinity for goblin culture. Knew I wanted to be a metal trader ever since I was a lad. It wasn't easy learning the language. It's complex, and my memory's as weak as my knees these days. But after decades working with fine goblin folk, I grew fairly proficient. At least, I'd like to think so.
I'm grateful I was able to help you, Mr. Oakes. Adelaide thinks the world of you.
Oh, and I her. She's become quite savvy to my trading habits, always analyzing my detailed owls. If only I hadn't resorted to trading with such fiends. A lesson I shan't soon forget. Having my wand back is like being reunited with an old friend. I must return home and inform Adelaide of my safety. Will you be all right?
I'll be fine, Mr. Oakes. You get back to Adelaide. I assure you her worries outweigh yours.
Oh, I'm anxious to see my dear niece. And then I plan to travel far from here for my next round of trading. Thank you. May life reward you justly for your deeds. Be well, my friend.
Aww. I'm happy to help. Goodbye.
Mr. Oakes was lucky. Ranrock's lot would never have freed him.
He's lucky that came along. He would have rotted in his jail cell.
Welcome back. I've arranged a special price on the broom upgrade for you. I truly appreciate all of your help.
Okay.
What are we looking for today?
An enchantment that increases your broom's acceleration and speed. Sure.
You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you.
Okay.
I must tell you, half of Hogsmeade's been by the shop asking about rumours of a broom upgrade. Without the information you provided, my work would have taken twice as long. Thank you again. It may sound ambitious, but I've already begun work on another upgrade, more difficult to perfect than the last. I wondered, would you be interested in joining forces again? There's another course near Arendelle that Miss Reyes has mastered. If you were to test this first upgrade there, it may help me as I develop the next. Oh, you'll consider it, won't you?
What more can you tell me about the next course?
It's just a jaunt from here, south of Hogsmeade. Beautiful mountain views. The course was designed to test flyer stamina. Some of your classmates mentioned they were headed there, eager to see what Imelda has in store. A bit surprising, considering many of them expressed reticence at the idea of racing against her at all. I hope that won't deter you, and you'll give the course a go. At least think on it.
Sounds as if you're really outdoing yourself. If I'm able to help, I will.
Thank you. I know this recent success was only the beginning of what I can do for broom flight.
Okay.
Report back as soon as you can, and we'll be off to the races.
All right.
Hello, Serena. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgog?
I spoke with him. We're actually working together. I've spoken with him.
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
I Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something.
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stayed with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
I definitely will. Okay, off we go. We can fly now.
Ah, Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Bardolph Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
Oh, perfect.
Shame Bardolph thought...
Excuse me, did you say something about a Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again. I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think Bardolph may have simply run off?
No. Bardolph's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He'd not give it up for anything. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive, or worse.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself.
Okay.
Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
Okay, so I was
Hello,
in the
Mrs.
right
Sprottle.
place.
Actually, Serona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Serona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Serona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Serona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aiden took ill when he was collecting hawk clumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk clumps and collect the box of letters there.
Serona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Yeah, muggle people can be pretty good too, you know.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Serona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk clumps. I, and the vendors I help, would greatly appreciate it.
Suppose he's...
Potato!
Nice try! Oh, what's the nonsense?
What's that?
Sendo! Expulsor! Tiger! You'll pay for that! Confringo! Sebastian! Sendo! No! A wand! Confringo! Reductor! It's in the clouds, this one! Confringo! Reductor! No one! Confringo! Sendo!
Perhaps I'll find more hawk clumps while I'm there.
Okay, here I go.
Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters.
Yep.
Incendio!
That's all the hawk clumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether.
How do you... Wait, there's a troll in here, and her husband came here? How did he not, like, fight against the troll? Like, I don't know,
That's all the
run away
hawk clumps
around
for
it?
now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
Wait, she went around.
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether.
Okay, so I avoided the troll. Nice. Dear Serona, when I arrived here, I had a troubling sense that in many ways I wasn't like the other first years. I confess I worried that Hogwarts might not have been the proper place for me, and pondered sending an owl to my parents, asking them to fetch me almost before the first week of class had ended. How did you know? I presume you're not secretly a Legolamens? I don't know how to say that, sorry. But I wonder that you seem to know my thoughts better than I did myself. That day and the 3 broomsticks when you spotted me huddled in a corner staring blankly at an untouched butterbeer and an empty bit of parchment, my quill dripping ink woefully onto the floor, and you came to sit with me. Well, I shall never forget it. I recall a sudden sense of relief, as if someone had cast a levitation charm on me when you told me about how nervous you've been to come to Hogwarts. I looked at you, and it seemed beyond my imagination to think of you as anything but the confident content which sitting before me. In the days that followed, I marveled at how you charmed, in the non-magical sense, I mean, everyone around you without apology. Embracing who you were and who they were, it was as though a candle had flickered on for me. I realized that I could chosen that path as well. Now that my school years are ending, the frightened first year which I had been seemed worlds away. Oh. And I know it's because you saw yourself in that despairing creature in the corner of the pub and so generously extended yourself to her. Yours sincerely, Maribel. P.S. Please tell Miss Bortel that I still plan on visiting her, and Miss, I don't know how to say their name, Sportelli? I don't know. Whenever I can, for their delightful conversation, and I am unashamed to admit her incomparable cauldron cakes. Dear Serona, I conjure this wee gift for you as a token of my gratitude. If you hadn't stood your ground on my behalf during Quidditch practice last week, I might have left the team altogether, and now we've won the Quidditch Cup. Ravenclaw House could not be the same without you. Yours sincerely, Sean. Oh, Serona. Was Serona in Ravenclaw as well? Nice. Sean, that's so cute. My dear Serona, I sent a note separately to dear Mr. and Mrs. Sprotel? I don't know. For their hospitality, but felt the need to put quill to parchment with my thanks to you as well. What a lovely respite from the castle. I don't think that's correct. Sorry. I won't soon forget how we giggled about the ridiculous gnome. Did he truly believe that he was singing? And Miss Bartell steak and kidney pie was simply glorious. I shall be dreaming of it for days. I so appreciate you including me. I fear I must warn you, however, that this does not mean I will go easy on you in next week's match. You know that Ravenclaw is no match at all for Slytherin this year. Most gratefully yours, Philomena? I don't know how to say that name. There you go. Moving on. Dear Serona, happy birthday, my darling friend. I sneak into the kitchen and ask Frankie to make your favorite cream crowdy. She was delighted to oblige. Not sure where she got raspberries at this time of year. Genius, that Frankie. Bess.
I should take this box of letters to Serona. She'll be glad to have it back.
Mother and father were delighted to hear that you and I had spent the afternoon at Glaragas last Saturday. I don't know. Truth be told, I think my mother was even so slightly envious. I shan't soon forget how heartily we laughed at my efforts to lace the bodice of my new dress. A change indeed, as is the rather delicate practice of properly situating a hat pin without wounding either my hat or my head. But I adore everything that we selected, and I have you to thank for now feeling like a marvelous fashionable witch. It was also a treat to dine at the Three Broomsticks without having to clear the tables. I shall own a place like that one day. Mark my words. I consider myself more than lucky that you and Mr. Sproto agreed to let me stay. I know that my parents feel precisely the same way. Yours gratefully, Serona.
I think that's everything. Serona will be glad to have this back.
Let's go! Okay, here we are. We're back, Serona.
Hello, Serona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some Horklumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
Sure.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
One of the letters mentioned Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years.
So
Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw. We could have cheered them on together.
Right.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends.
How's that?
I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't put two and two together.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My Uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's.
Let's look. So she was
This way.
cursed by Ragnarok.
Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
Okay, let's go. Let's go inside and see her.
Aha! Sebastian, where did you...
Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy. Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for. Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in defense against the dark arts.
Oh dear, Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother, and me, in line.
I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft really if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
I could try. Sebastian made up his mind. I could try, I guess.
I'll do my best. I can promise to speak with him about it.
Thank you. His search for a cure is futile, I'm afraid. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
I wish there was a way to, like, reverse the curse. And Hogwarts isn't the same without you. Well, Sharp is still as foul, but you know what I mean. I hope you're feeling better, Sebastian. Sebastian, this is my potion kit, not yours. Leave my things be, Anne. Let's see what
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Let's see what he has to say.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
Surely there's something. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I understand you've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's to no avail.
We have. My nephew thinks he knows better than the healers.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
I understand.
I understand what you're saying, sir.
Good. I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
It's complicated. Oh. Wait, was he over there? Or, I don't know. I'm getting tired. I'm not really sure what's going on anymore.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
I just want to give him a big hug. Just a hug.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
He was out of line. He's trying to do what's right. I don't know, honey. I don't know.
I'll admit I wasn't expecting him to be so angry.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened. Ranrock's Loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated. All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something. Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
I wonder what happened. I feel like we're gonna find out, obviously.
Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. Only good wizard is a dead wizard in my book. You don't know who you're playing with! I won't rest. Are you sure?
Potato, Confringo! Sendo!
No! I will make you pay. Is that the best you can do? I won't rest until you're dead. Window. You've made your last mistake.
Oh boy.
I don't have time for this. Out your wings, human. Nice try. Hit. No! Who do you? I won't rest until you're dead. There you are. Look at you, beaten by a goblin.
I was like, please one of these be a healing potion. I just picked up the healing potion and he came and he killed me.
Ranrock's Loyalists deserve the same fate. Nice work.
Those Loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
Seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The Loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around?
Sure.
They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything.
Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumour was, a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard. I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more.
It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
Sebastian, over here. Do you think this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
I wish you can use Reparo on it. Or can we? Probably not. It'd be cool if you could.
Reparo. This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. The house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second. Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor, hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section, with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It all has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a port key. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out. Huh, a stairwell.
Aha.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something bigger.
It is my second week in the camp. More arrive each day. The muggles, the doctors, and even some of our own healers are doing all that they can for them. The grief is palpable. The ones who have survived the plague are forever damaged by their loss. A fever may pass, the skin may mend and scar, but the devastating sorrow remains. I saw a man much like my father who had lost a child. I can't bear it. I long to give him some shred of relief. I'm beginning to think that the others are wrong. I have the power to help these souls. It seems as arbitrary not to help them as it would be the right to rid them of their torment.
A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
I traveled here to learn, but I long to help. My internal struggle is overwhelming. It's as though the magic wants to heal, and I am the one preventing it from doing so. Should I lose hope? Will I forever forget not having done more? I cannot look into their eyes, knowing that I could lessen the burden of heartache. I saw the man leaving camp today, the one who so reminded me of my father. Surely it wouldn't hurt to help him. I could further my research, of course, but that would be a fortuitous consequence of doing something good with this ability.
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
Incendio!
Whoops.
Lumos.
I just sent myself flying. My bad.
You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
I know it sounds strange,
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be floored.
We can, but perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come. Why would the door lead us here?
Good
Sebastian, look.
Okay.
Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look. A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the Keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True.
That's true.
Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts?
You did not. Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to Sian would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
Okay. I'm gonna leave this here. But yeah, we just learned a whole bunch of stuff. We could probably help his sister, which I'm super excited for, because I just want to help him and give Sebastian a hug. I feel so bad for him. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and ring that bell if you want to see more videos from me. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you again for Night Wolves in the next video. Goodbye.
Don't you know that you're beautiful?